Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies young getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already lived. It was written in the children's story. Their life's a so what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm. Have it stars. For the cream, renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. They go play action here on first down. Being chased out left. And he's got some space here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And now he'll tuck it and run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule. Where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed.
And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
Ready? Black 22. Easy.
They go play action. Winston. That's Njoku over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. A toss play to Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Jameis to throw it. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the Broncos coming out now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And now running right through it. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease and they can run through it. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They're going to look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Terrence Brooks with a pick, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston rolling to his left. Looking downfield for Godwin. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Let's go! It's time to play! He wasn't ready! He wasn't ready! Sonic! Hey, stop! Let's go!
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out.
Ready!
Working out of the gun, Winston. Forced out to his left. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. Past the 20. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They find some open field here. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy. and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
The offensive line, they're getting it done.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get blown out behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. The kick by Tavecchio is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for the Lions. 48 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. 2 minutes remain here in the first half.
Let's go now.
We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Winston keeps it himself. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Winston to throw it this time. Eluding the pressure. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. He's got room to run past the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Right back to him on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 13 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going up top. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, Drake. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now a handoff to Richard. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. 20. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. That one good for 33 and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Ready? Back to the back. Follow. Sonic.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On second and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt.
Ready? Blue ready.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
Now Winston. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Crowder, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. Carlson now to add the extra point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
He'll try and throw for it here. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So here come the Lions now. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. The Lions on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This is Hunt, and this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Lions on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Follow. Hey, sub. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Throwing, Winston. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
To throw is Winston. Buying time to his left. And he's got his tight end in Njoku. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Let's go now. Ready. Blue ready. Sonic. Green, triple C. Boys, hold up. Boys up.
2nd down, Winston. Gonna throw deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Follow. Sonic. Boys up.
Here's Winston. Steps away to his left. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Follow.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
Ready. Boys up. White 25. Follow. Sonic.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go now.
Winston. Flushed out right. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Elsewhere, fourth quarter score now for Baltimore. And the Ravens have opened things up there. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gun.
He'll look to throw. That's complete over the middle to Stewart. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Detroit!
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-scoring game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Lions,